Welcome back to the Audie Murphy American Cotton Museum, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Audie Murphy. He ended up becoming the most decorated soldier of World War II, but he started out in a tiny town called Kingston, which is only about 10 minutes north of Greenville, where the museum is located right now. He ended up going into the 3rd Infantry Division, and this was the route that his division took, so it gives you an idea. They traveled through Africa, up north through Italy, and then France, and then Germany. And gives you an idea, he was in the 3rd ID, which it was a total accident, didn't plan it that way, it just that's how it happened. He was assigned there. And the 3rd ID was already well known for the acts of bravery their soldiers had done, dating all the way back to World War I. So to end up having Audie in that same group just made it even more so. In fact, by 2009, 51 of the 3rd ID soldiers had earned a Medal of Honor. That's a lot for one division. Now this over here is Audie's uniform, his dress uniform. It's a little hard to tell on video, but he was not very tall at all. He was only 5'5" when he entered the military and only weighed 110 pounds. So you can imagine how little he really was. He actually grew a little bit and gained a little bit of weight while he was overseas fighting, because growing up, he did not have much. He was one of 12 children in a very poor family. They were sharecroppers, so they moved around a lot. And he would often, after school, he would go out hunting to help get food for the dinner table. And he was also known to play some pranks as well. He was a bit of a daredevil at times, but that's all right. A lot of kids are. Something else that we have, remember I mentioned he went out hunting. We actually have the slingshot that he used to use when he was out hunting squirrels for the stew pot. We also had the sign he practiced target shooting with when he was very young. He was aiming for that O, and he got better as he practiced more. Now, when he first entered the military after World War II broke out, he wasn't 18 yet. And he looked very, very young still. So first he tried the Marines. Well, the Marines turned him down. They said no. So then he went to the Army. The Army hesitated. They started to say no, but then they said as long as he gave he had to have his sister do up a birth certificate saying he was 18, even though he really wasn't. So that's where that came into play. He did that, and once he went to basic training, his commanding officers tried to tell him to, they really thought he would be better as a supply officer or as a cook. They just didn't think he had what it took to be a frontline soldier. Well, for once, he told his commanding officer no on his side, and they let him go ahead and be a soldier by itself. And give you a little bit of an idea of just how young he really looked. His nickname while he was in basic and in the Army was Baby. So yeah, you can imagine. And he also wasn't old enough to shave yet. So one time there's a story about where they were lining up for inspection, and some of his fellow soldiers decided to play a prank on him instead of the other way around, because he was well known for playing pranks on his friends in training. And one of the other soldiers said, "Hey, Audie didn't shave this morning." So the commanding officer, the sergeant, made Audie go back into the barracks and shave. Well, he didn't even have a razor. He didn't need to shave. So he went in, he used just the razor itself without a blade, shaved, came back out, and he passed inspection. And all the other soldiers had a laugh about that. Well, that's about all I'll tell you about Audie for today. Next time we'll tell you a little bit more, and I'll see you then.